listen up, you silly liberal fruitcakes. I came out here, I wanted to tell some jokes. Let's do some reality checks here. Do you have any idea, sir, how pathetic it must be to be you? These people wanted to come out and have a good time, hear a few jokes, some thoughtful discussion, but your head pops off the pillow in the morning with, oh, how can I be a professional victim today? Let me go in and screw with their act just because, oh my God, your parents didn't tell you that your opinion wasn't worth that much. Look, they're confused. You know why? Because I'm not your gender studies professor who has to cater to your trigger warning, microaggression, safe space bullshit. There's no such thing as bad chicks. Guess what? If you think there aren't, okay.
You're a victim.
Rest in peace to whoever he was talking to. He killed that guy, but he's not wrong. Most of us grew up on South Park and Family Guy too. How do people get offended over slightly offensive jokes?
I think trans women should be able to enter female restrooms.
Yes, I do.
I beg your pardon?
Yes.
Yes.
Their gender identity is determined by them, and they should be able to make that decision.
I just don't really care. I don't really think the gender really matters.
Say you're at the gym and you're like changing, and then this trans woman comes in and you just see like his genitalia. How would you feel about that?
Just a body part. It's not anything that serious.
Just because you say you are a woman doesn't mean that I feel comfortable having you in my facilities. A women's locker room is for women.
No logic with these people as always. Apart from the last woman, and from the look on the first guy's face when answering the question, we should definitely need to be worried.
They don't even know who funds them. Who funds you guys?
Just donations from the public. Yeah.
Right. Do you know that Just Stop Oil has taken massive donations from, oil dynasties such as Jean-Paul Getty? Did you know that? Sorry?
No, it's massive.
No, it has. Do you want me to show you?
No, we're not.
You are. I've just told you. You're funded by the Climate Emergency Fund in LA, of which the majority of them are heirs to oil dynasties, including Jean-Paul Getty.
I'll have a sensible debate about climate science and the climate crisis and the just energy transition, but there's no point if you're just going to throw mud that doesn't make any sense.
I'm telling you facts. How's that mud? Look, this is your favourite newspaper, The Guardian. Just Stop Oil's spring uprising protest funded by US philanthropists. LA-based Climate Emergency Fund donated hundreds of thousands of dollars to activists. They include Jean-Paul Getty, whose oil dynasty made him a multi-billionaire.
She doesn't care. She doesn't even know why she's there. Possibly one of the most hypocritical protests or movements to ever be created.
Pretty good. Remember me?
No.
No? You don't remember me at all? Steven Crowder at all? No, not familiar?
No.
This is you threatening to slash my tires here?
Oh my God, dude, you need
Remember
to
this?
chill out.
Slashing my tires, and actually, funny enough, also the Robert E. Lee statue seems you helped defame.
We're trying to work.
Let me ask you, why do you think it's okay to threaten to slash someone's tires?
Hey, I didn't, dude.
Predictable, Z. The first instinct is always denial. But why did you do this, oh man?
Well,
you realize that you put our crew in danger. Lucky for us, we had a Bristol board. How about you check this out here? Before we'll leave this. Yeah, I'm a conservative who has a difference of opinion from you, and I've never threatened actions of violence. I've never threatened to slash anyone's tires.
You need to get out, or we're gonna call the police.
You know what? Let's call the police officers. Because, as a matter of fact, we actually have it. No, actually, I would like to speak with the police. We're about to file a report very soon.
Okay, you should do that, man.
Listen to me. This is a part of being a man, is owning up to the actions here. When you threaten violence against someone. When you threaten violence against someone, part of being a man is taking ownership of your actions, taking responsibility.
You said you would come back when I was off work.
I will, but could you just, but I don't believe you're going to be here because you're a dishonest human being. You said you didn't even post this and acted like you didn't know me. I think you're a liar.
I think you need to go.
Well, let me ask you this. Could you just say, hey, you're sorry, take this down. Could you take this down? Could you take it down because there are other people? It's not going anywhere? Well, there you go. He just admitted to doing it.
We f***ing got him.
Yesterday, I came face to face with the very farmer who gave me a massive wedgie at the Royal Show last year. And I didn't even know it. Last year, I went inside the cattle judging ring at the Royal Show, and a farmer grabbed me from the back of my shirt and the back of my shorts, literally lifting me up and giving me a massive wedgie before throwing me around and pinning me up against the fence.
We don't care. Let me tell you something.
So she basically trespassed on his property, and this was his way of kicking her out. Was this justified? You guys let me know in the comments. But yeah, she is known for messing with people's businesses constantly.
Nike are murdering kangaroos and are turning them into shoes.
It's an evil world we live in.
Got my vegan Nikes on right now. They look like real animal skin, but they're made out of vegan alternatives, and we don't need to be...
You're confident they weren't made with very cheap child labour?
Well, they do claim that they're sustainable and ethical, so I try to live my life as ethically as possible. Unfortunately, it's impossible to be 100% cruelty-free in this very violent and non-vegan world.
Here's another idea that's going to be very controversial. You could shut the f*** up.
Hi, I'm wondering, there are dozens of words for two-spirited people, people that would now be considered LGBTQ or trans people in the native languages. So I'd like to know how, as these people have existed for thousands of years before you were alive or anyone else in this room was alive, and before anyone even colonized America, if trans people were around then, I'm just wondering why you think it is that trans people are only here now because the media is telling people these things.
Well, do you think it's weird that I graduated with 0 trans people? Do you think what do you think has contributed to the explosion of transgender people from the time that I was in high school? I'll ask you a question back. If this was just a natural thing, and I don't know what you're talking about with two-spirit people, is this like a Native American tribe, like high, smoking, and talking about your spirit? I'm asking you seriously, because when I think of Native American tribes talking about their spirits, I know that they used to smoke a lot, they used to do drugs, they also were cannibals who used to eat people, so I don't know if we should be taking our cues from cannibals. But
I think
can you
that's
explain
kind
to me
of
what
ridiculous.
two-spirit is in the history?
There are people that would now be considered trans people, people that did not feel that they fit
What
the
part,
binary
though?
gender.
Native Americans? I'm asking you.
Yes, I'm telling you that not only in one Native American tribe, but in multiple tribes, there were dozens of terms that referred to people that would now be considered trans, and that was hundreds of years ago. So I'm just wondering why you think that people are only trans now because the media is telling them to be.
Well, I told you, because of the proliferation. So you can't just go from having 0% to suddenly 25%
Right, but what
of
I'm
people.
saying is that these people were around
Yeah.
for thousands of years.
Well, what you're saying is that some Native American tribes had people that would be considered trans today,
People that
something that we
were
can't fact
trans.
check because they're dead.
It's
right?
historical knowledge.
It's historical
documented.
knowledge that there were trans Native Americans.
Yes.
I really don't think that's historical knowledge. But here's what
should look
I'll
it up
answer.
then.
I don't think that there were
Well, I'm telling
trans
you that
Native
there
Americans.
were, so if you could educate yourself a little more, you would know that
Okay.
as well.
I will educate myself.
If you dug up a trans person from 1,000 years ago, you wouldn't be able to tell that they're trans. It would just be bones, which would identify whether it was a man or a woman.
Working a basic 9 to 5 is causing Gen Z to have a mental breakdown.
But this is my first job, like my first 9 to 5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me f***ing forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till like 6:15 earliest, and then like I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my god. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just like the 9 to 5 schedule in general is crazy.
This cannot continue. This is a problem for this generation.
It's facts! It's facts! It's not facts. These facts is not facts.
Guys, you wanna know why? I'm going to your car when I was getting notification. I would not get it out of her car. Maybe we can have the conversation.
Should have the power to put people like in prison for life.
Of course.
I don't think anybody should. I believe that we should implement restorative justice. I don't think that prisons actually prevent crime, and I think that mostly people support retributive justice as an emotional reaction to bad things. And I understand that if there's an urge to punish people, I disagree with that. I say no imprisonment for anyone.
So what would happen to the mass murderers then?
I don't believe they should go to prison. You can keep
Okay,
asking.
but how about the do you think should go to prison?
Let me clarify something real quick. I will say that over and over.
This guy never suffered in life. Once something awful happens to him, he'll be wishing prison on the person who did it.